Two, one.
Hi everyone, I am Zakeer Zubair. I'm SE Manager at F5 Networks. It's a pleasure to join you for Westcon Comstor's Imagine Middle East event. Today, I'll be talking about modern application and the approaches in the ever-changing security landscape to address those security challenges. In the early industrial age, all right, the companies that possess the physical capital, the raw material, the machines, they had an advantage to leap forward, to create more value, to be more successful. So if you took few companies and then really try to understand which of them you would bet to do well, you would go with the company that had the best physical assets or physical capital. In the early 1900s, with the advent of service-based industry, companies started taking the human or the human capital as a real asset, and we started seeing that the companies that possess the human capital going forward and being extremely successful. Now we are in the middle of another major shift where application and data is fundamentally defining how successful you would be. Let me give you two examples. Facebook. I know we all know about Facebook. They have literally no physical capital expenses except the $15 billion that they spend on infrastructure yearly and less than 30,000 employees. And their application is valued at $500 billion. That is more than 26 countries' GDP. Netflix is another example. In the case of Netflix, again, similarly, no physical or material capital expense, less than 5,500 employees, and their company is valued at $176 billion. Now, to put that in context, Disney, the brand which is globally recognized, owners of many theme parks and owners of multiple media companies, they are valued at $160 billion. So it is undoubted, undeniable that application and data defines the success of business. And we are going through an era which can be defined as an era of application capital. Now, when you're delivering the applications, F5 believes that to strike the right balance between chaotic innovation and ensuring that the business is being protected, you need to use a set of tools, enterprise grade tools, that are consistent across the entire delivery mechanism of the applications. We sort of define it as a sort of a factory because it is essentially like a factory. And if you look closer, what you would see is that first there is the delivery or the creation, the application development platform. Now, DevOps is a methodology for delivering applications by adopting certain processes. You can define those processes into mainly three things. The first is the system thinking. In the systems thinking, you are looking at the end-to-end goal, end-to-end how you will deliver it, rather than individual silos. So the whole idea is that you need to optimize the delivery of the application across the entire life cycle, not just one single part of it. The system thinking really think about a flow of information from the developer all the way to the for delivering it. The second is the feedback loop. In the feedback loop, it is to ensure that there is a continuous feedback from right to left, and making that feedback loop shorter and ensuring that you get the feedback faster so that the feedback from the security team, the operations team can be incorporated and incorporated in the delivery of the application. The third is a culture of continuous improvement and learning. You are encouraged to innovate faster. You are encouraged to learn faster and learn from the failures and continue to integrate it to develop the application. The whole premise is that constant modifications and testing is important or critical to the success of the application. So this is the DevOps part of the application factory, and the whole idea here is to ensure automate the development of the application, make it seamless, and innovate faster. The second is the app services pod. Now, here is where the critical services that are important to deliver the applications are enabled. The likes of security, likes of performance, like of visibility. Let me share you a story. Recently, I moved my home. I'm staying in a new place, and the air cooling bill came out, and I tried to pay the bill, right? And what I noticed is that the website was very slow. The first thing that popped to my mind is I want to change the provider. The service that they were providing was good. It's just that the experience, the customer experience, wasn't where I wanted it to be. And that's the reason I'm shifting it. So if that company had adopted the application services, ensured the performance, the scale, the security of the delivery, I would not have been thinking that way to switch the brand. So the things that commonly you would see in this pod are things like high availability, security, behavioral security, API security, web application firewall, DDoS, etc. From a traffic management perspective, this is the pod where you would see Kubernetes ingress controller, programmable data plane, the load balancing, etc. And obviously for the application performance, the likes of analytics and caching and optimization. Now, security is critical to every organization, not just to the most important application, but to the entire application suite. This station represents the ability to apply pre-approved canned security templates as you're deploying the application. Some might call it the DevSecOps integration point. So security team assess the business risk, and they ensure the mitigation is applied to the application that are needed, and it is applied automatically across entire application portfolio. The benefits is that security is not a bottleneck, and number two, security team can rapidly respond to the ongoing security threats and the new regulations that are imposed. And finally, it's the delivery pod where you can deliver it into production, into a multi-cloud environment, into a production, or into a testing environment after the necessary checks. So at this point, all the security policies applied, all the application services policies applied to the DevOps code that the team has built, and it is delivered in a consistent manner. The application factory model is about automating the delivery of consistent services across the environments. It is also helps in reducing the tool sprawl. It simplifies the management and it reduces the technical debt. The ultimate goal, if you think about it, is to create a system that provides a guardrail for the business to secure itself while allowing the innovation freely. So and that's what matters, right? The innovation. You keep on innovating so that you can deliver a seamless customer experience. Now, how does F5 help in this regard? The F5 services can be broadly classified into two main areas. It's the application delivery and application security. Our application delivery solutions are focused on performance and availability of the application. The application delivery can run on any platform, a virtual platform or a virtual machine, or a public cloud environment or a container environment. And the application security is built on top of it. Now, the application services that F5 offers are unique in that they can run in any different environment, as I mentioned. So, what does that mean to you? It means that you can spin up F5 essentially as a physical device. You can spin it up as a virtual image. You can spin it up even as a code, as a container in your modern infrastructure. As we go towards the modern application journey, you would see that in addition to the traditional physical architect infrastructure that we have in our data centers, you will also have a private cloud, a public cloud environment, and even some applications that you would just use it as a service. So with F5, we are able to offer our customers solution in all of these different environments using a physical hardware, using a virtual image, using a cloud as a service from the cloud, in a container using Nginx, as well as a software as a service from our Silverline platform. Now, year 2020 was a year that most of us would not forget. That was a year when abruptly we saw the schools shutting, public services shutting down, businesses adopting. And what really happened was, over a short period of time, we were thrown into a sort of an uncertainty about our safety, about many, many things. However, imagine for a second this had happened 20 years back in the year 2000. Those things that we took for granted, those technologies that we took for granted, the likes of collaboration, the healthcare, the streaming video, right? The pandemic would have been totally different if we did not have a scalable solution or a set of technology that helped us get through those year 2020, right? What was the key difference? What made sure that the applications were able to scale as needed when there was a lot more demand on these applications? It was one simple thing: containers and microservices. Because these applications, most of these applications were delivered using a container and microservices environment. It was easy to scale it up. It was relatively easier to deliver it to different parts of the world in an agile fashion. Now, if you look at Kubernetes, by the way, this is from one of our surveys that we have done. 60% of the users, when we surveyed, said that they are planning to have microservices in production in the year 2020. And in that, 83% are using Kubernetes in production. Now, Kubernetes is an open source technology. There are numerous ways to deploy it. And we have our customers who are using vanilla Kubernetes in their own deployment. We also have customers who are using one of those scan package solutions, the likes of AKS or EKS, GKE from Google, OpenShift, and Rancher. Now, while it's easy to set up Kubernetes, um, because Kubernetes looks at the breadth of the solution, they don't go to the deep depth of the solution. So, in order to deliver a Kubernetes or a modern infrastructure in a container environment, there are three things that need to be essential to deliver it successfully. The first is an ingress egress service that can effectively take the packet from outside world to the container. Second is a built-in security solution, and third is a east-west traffic management. Now, Nginx was one of the F5 acquisition, and with Nginx, one of the things that F5 did was to take the engine, the security engine that has been proven over the years, that has been used by multiple enterprise customers, and put that into the Nginx engine. We call it Nginx App Protect, or NAP. Now, NAP is the security solution that is first of all lightweight. It conforms to the CI/CD pipeline, and it can be part of your modern architecture. Now, how do you protect your application? If we talk about protecting the application, uh, protecting an application it's not easy. uh, at the same time, it's the most cost efficient way to protect the application, right? So what the recommendation is that every information, every access to the application that's coming into the application and going outside the application should be checked and verified against a set of positive and negative security models. Okay, so in case of a modern application, Nginx can sit as part of your infrastructure, and it can provide app-centric security design to protect the app and provide security controls to the application. The whole goal is to prevent downtime and to prevent customer dissatisfaction. The Nginx is also built for modern applications. It is high in performance and it is lightweight. Now, the key attacks as you're delivering the application, the thing that keeps the application security owners up at bay are how do I efficiently disallow um, uh, attacks while keeping the application up for the users to access. This is done by ensuring a combination of negative and positive security models. So you have multiple checks. Let me give you a couple of examples. You can allow or disallow certain file types so that you are sure of what are the information that can be uploaded. You can check for compliance of API. You can check for compliance of the HTTP, which are two very common method of accessing the modern applications. What's really cool about this integration is also the fact that some of the feature sets that are available in F5 web application firewalls has been ported over to the Nginx NAP Protect. One of the example would be something called as data guard. The role of data guard is to avoid data leakage, to mask the information such as the PCI information and PII when it's leaving your application. In addition to doing all of this, all of the blacklisting, the negative securities, the signatures, powerful signatures are available with the network Nginx App Protect. As I mentioned, Nginx App Protect is built for modern application. It has seamless integration with Nginx, and it really has high performance. Just to give you a data point, if you compare the performance of Nginx App Protect with the open source security module, it has 20x performance gain, which means that to deliver the services, you use far less CPU and memory if you're using Nginx App Protect. And if you look at how can I deploy it, there are flexible deployment options. So if you are using Nginx Plus as your load balancer, Nginx App Protect can live as a within the load balancer within the Nginx Plus. If you are a customer using Nginx as an API gateway, you can install Nginx App Protect as an instance within that Nginx API to protect your APIs. There are other flexible models, the likes of as an ingress controller. So you can use it as an ingress controller for your Kubernetes pods, and you can use it as a sidecar as well for your microservices. So just to summarize, recap, security is evolving, applications are evolving, and as you're evolving your application and as you're changing your from your legacy applications to the modern applications, you would be embarking on a new journey, which are using containers and perhaps Kubernetes or one of the version of that to deliver the applications. Security should not be a compromise when you're going into these new models. With Nginx App Protect, you can use the same security that you were otherwise using on-premise with your F5 web application firewall rule sets, and ensure that you're delivering a seamless and consistent application delivery across different platforms. Now, let's switch gear and look at another threat vector that we are seeing more and more, and that's to do with bot and application abuse. For traditional attacks, the likes of cross-site scripting and SQL injection, we do have methods like WAF that can prevent it. But there is another set of attack that are using the inherent functionality within the application. So your website, your mobile application, you have to leave it to the public. And when you're doing that, you have to make sure that you are keeping the good humans allow your applications, access to your applications, while keeping the bad humans or bots away from it. Now, how do you do that? You do that by asking three questions. Are you human? Are you good human or bad human? And are you who you say you are, right? So these are the three questions that you need to ask in order to ensure that the bad actors or bots are not entering your system. Now, bots has got many other unwanted, unnecessary behavior as well. Things like polluting your data, things like skewing your business analytics. I wouldn't go that to talk about that right now. probably we can explain it in another forum. Now, in order to do that, the attackers are also evolving, right? So initially, attackers were using tools that are just emulating a behavior of an HTTP and creating automated requests, right? And as and when, and today, some of the web application firewalls can mitigate against these kind of basic bot attacks by using a signature. However, what has happened is some of the methods that these web application firewalls use, the likes of injecting a JavaScript to challenge the client, is now being able to be can be done now by these tools that the hackers are using. So there are tools like Phantom.js that really execute a JavaScript like a browser would do, so it makes it even more difficult. Obviously, there are more methods to catch the bots, like the use of captcha or making sure that the tracking of the keyboard and the mouse movements are captured to really ensure whether this is a bot or is it a real human or an automated traffic. An example would be a tool like a Selenium that can fake mouse tracks and fake keystrokes. And finally, there are bots that are customized, designed to attack a specific company. So the whole idea I want you to take out of this slide is that attackers are the sophistication of the attackers are increasing, and those tools that was able to protect us in the past may not be good enough. So how do you mitigate against that? It's by looking at few different things. Now, typically, think about an e-commerce store that you're going to. You would go through a journey, right? You could log into the home page. You will probably browse some of the products. You have a category, add to the cart, and then you check out. And in some cases, it's when you check out that you log in. In some of the cases, you log in at the word go. So F5 has acquired a company called Shape. And with that acquisition, what we are able to do is we are able to solve the challenges our customers are facing that are around the application abuse and fraud area. So the first thing is, how do I know that an access coming from a user is a real user or a bot? And that's done by a technology sets that can be classified as a Shape enterprise defense or integrated bot defense. What it really does is it really collects a lot of metrics from the user, from the interaction. It injects some JavaScripts to collect some metrics, and from that interaction, we'll identify whether it's a bot or a human. The second thing that we do is, once it is really a human, we look at the behavior of the human, behavior of the path, the journey that the user does to identify whether it is a human with a good intent or a bad intent. And we do this by employing machine learning and AI capabilities. The third is we will have definitely users who are good users, who are recurring users. We want to make sure that we make it friction free for those users. So by identifying the unique ID for every user's visiting us, we recognize them as a recurring user, as a good user, and we make their access to the application as seamless as possible, or friction free, in other words. Now, let me give you an example of how some of the captcha methods are being used to mitigate against bot, and how they are not perhaps efficient enough. So I'm sure we have seen some form shape of this column where, to prove that you're not a bot, you have to click on different columns, right? And at some point, this was an efficient method to keep the bots out, because bots are not intelligent. They cannot do this step. So you can simply block them. However, what we have seen now is that there is a service, a software as a service, that can solve these captures. So as you can see here, it starts from less than $1, or maybe $1.30, and it lets you do 1,000 solved captures. I've used it myself for some test purpose, and some of the services are really, really good. So what happens is, as you log into a website and you do want to do certain things automated, and the website shows you a pop-up screen with the captcha, the likes of what you saw just in the previous slide, it will send it to the backend, and from the backend, some team will solve it and send it back. And this team here, they are very professional. As you can see here, they have service load, they have the solving speed. So captcha is, while it's good to keep the bots out, it's not foolproof, because it can be easily broken. And if you really look at what are the benefits or what are the possible downsides of bots accessing your application, it's really any of these things. As you can see, credential stuffing, posting multiple stolen credentials into your application to crack into those, trying gain access into the application, to fake account creation, to scraping and application DDoS. So in order to solve the problem and keep the bad users out while allowing the good users inside, the solution from F5 is shape enterprise difference. Now, for those customers who are an existing F5 web applications firewall customers, you can enable this capability by enabling a service called as F5 integrated bot defense. This can be enabled seamlessly without making any changes to the backend service. It is a service in the cloud that you can subscribe to. So the summary of how it works is, it injects JavaScript into the application, seamless to the user, seamless to the backend. It collects telemetry of every user that are coming in, and for every access to the protected endpoints, the likes of login, forgot password, F5 does a check whether it's a traffic that I should allow or I should drop it, and it can allow only the legitimate traffic while keeping the bot traffic away. And that's how you can avoid all of the problems of the bot that you saw on the previous slide. It is available in the F5 Cloud Services portal. You can subscribe it and enable it on your application. And once you have enabled it, you'll see
Hi,
rich
Zakeer.
report.
Could
Hello?
we just pause there for a bit?
Sure.
Um, so we've reached the 25-minute mark. How many? Well, actually, we are now on 26 minutes.
Okay. This is
How
my
many
last slide.
slides do you have left?
This is my last slide. I will
Okay,
avoid one section.
okay, let's retake this slide from the beginning.
Only this slide, right?
Well, yes, I interrupted you at this slide.
All right.
Oh, wait,
I'll
go back one slide.
say that again, please.
Can you go back one more slide?
Yeah, I'll start probably from here.
Okay, that's perfect. Yes,
Okay.
okay, perfect. So just hang on a quick sec. I just want to take a note. Okay, and in 3, 2, 1.
Now, for those customers who are an existing F5 WAF customers, how can you enable this service? You can enable it easily by going to the F5 Cloud Services and enabling F5 Integrated Bot Defense. It's a subscription service. And once you enable it, what would happen is that you would configure the F5 or directly on the web application, um, a way to inject JavaScript, which is seamless to the user, seamless to the backend server. And what happens is this JavaScript will collect telemetry from every request that are coming into the endpoints, the login screens, and the forgot password screens. With that intelligence, F5 would know that is this a traffic that I should allow, or is it an automated traffic that I should keep away? This can be subscribed to from the F5 Cloud Services portal. And once you enable it, you can enable it for the application, and you'll get rich telemetry into and insights into the applications on what are the legitimate users, what are the dropped users, and why they were dropped as well. You can go back in history and check this, the trend, etc., so that it can help you with an rich analysis. The key thing here is that the application is fundamental to the success of the business. Application is changing themselves. You see a lot more methods of delivering applications in on-premise, in the cloud, in a container environment, as a service, etc. And threat landscape is ever evolving as well. And as you are evolving, you need to ensure that your application, no matter where it lives, has the right protection to ensure customer satisfaction, ensure customer experience, and ensure you are protecting your business while letting the innovation happen. That's all from my side. I hope that session was helpful. Okay. Pause here. Thank you. I hope you find the content insightful. As mentioned earlier, there is a quiz where there is, sorry, one more take. Thank you very much. I hope you find the contents I shared insightful and helpful. Please stay back for the quiz that's happening right now. Thank you very much. Hello?
Hi, Zakeer. Sorry, my screen was frozen there, but
Yeah,
well done. That was beautifully presented. Just
thank you very
bringing
much.
up Swina now.
Yes, Sabrina, I agree that went really well. Only the last bit, I think we'll just have to crop. I'm sure you must have taken a note of the same. So, Zakeer, did you remove any slides from this deck, or it is same as the one you shared with me?
Now I removed one section, so
Okay, if you can
I'll,
just share the updated deck with me, that would be great.
I'll do that.
Okay, okay. And also now, Zakir, as last time, we'll just take a small teaser video, a 1 minute short video to promote on our social media platforms.
Sure,
So I'll just put a brief text here just for reference. Please feel free to make any amends you feel.
sure. Okay.
Yeah, before we start that 1 minute teaser, could you please put your name and your work designation in the chat, Zakeer? Awesome. And then, so long, could you please copy and paste this paragraph that Swina posted in the comments and just paste it in a Word document, make the text as big as possible. The reason for this is when people are reading from a script or from their notes, you can, especially in full screen mode, we can see your eyes track to reading, then back to, sorry, excuse my dogs, track back and forth between reading the notes and looking in the camera. So if we could try limit that as much as possible, even if you
Sure.
want to highlight some keywords in that paragraph, that way you're not reading the whole thing to figure out what you need to talk about. That's also great.
Sure.
And then we'll go from there.
All right, let me just do a couple of runs myself.
Okay, so we will record those runs because just sometimes it ends up being really good.
Oh, really? Okay. Okay. Fine.
So I'm going to remove Swina, and you can take it when you're done doing your first take. You don't have to wait for me to come back up and tell you to do it again. You can just keep on going. I'll take note of all of them, and then yeah, that just saves a bit of time.
Sure.
Awesome. So I'm removing myself in 3 seconds. If you could just count 5 seconds in your head from when I'm done my countdown. Okay, in three.
Hold on. In 2 minutes. Let me just do it in my mind once. Hi, I'm Zakeer.
Okay, cool. No rush.
Fast more trusted application security. Join me at the upcoming WestCon Comsters Imagine Middle East event, where we can together explore more about the tech services. Looking forward to see you. Shouldn't it be looking forward to see you or seeing you? All right. Do you want to know? All right, let's go.
Okay, removing myself in 3, 2.
Hi, I'm Zakeer Zubair, Solutions Engineering Manager at F5 Networks. Do you want to know more about the F5's modern approach to application security? Join me at the upcoming WestCon Comsters Imagine Middle East event, where we can together explore more. Looking forward to seeing you. Hi, I'm Zakeer Zubair, Solutions Engineering Manager at F5 Networks. Do you want to know more about modern application security and Hi, I'm Zakeer Zubair, Solutions Engineering Manager at F5 Networks. Would you like to know more about modern application security requirements and how you can address those? Would you like to know about how bots have evolved and how F5 can help you mitigate those? Please join me at the Westcon Comsters Imagine Middle East event where we can together explore more. Looking forward to seeing you. Last take. Hi, I'm Zakeer Zubair, Solutions Engineering Manager at F5 Networks. Would you like to know more about modern... Last one. Hi, I'm Zakeer Zubair, Solutions Engineering Manager at F5 Networks. Would you like to know more about modern application security requirements and how F5 can help? Would you like to know about how bots have evolved over the years and what you need to do to protect against those? Please join me at the upcoming Westcon Comster Imagine event. Last. Hi, I'm Zakeer Zubair, Solutions Engineering Manager at F5 Networks. Would you like to know more about modern application security requirements and how F5 can help you? Would you like to know about how bots have evolved in the recent years and how you can protect your infrastructure against those? Please join me at the upcoming Westcon Comsters Imagine Middle East event where we can together explore more. Looking forward to seeing you.
Zakeer, could we potentially connect to a stronger line just for this 1 minute teaser, just because your lips are not matching up with your words?
Okay.
Serena, is that something you also noticed, or is it just
Yes. No, I noticed the same, Sabrina. Rest everything was fine, but it was not matching with the lip syncing.
Okay, cool. So,
Is it?
Zakeer, do you perhaps have a mobile data that you could hotspot?
Shall I disconnect and connect back?
We could try that. Or do you perhaps have your email or Teams open?
I have my Teams open, yes.
Let's try and exit that Teams, just because that draws a bit of your bandwidth. And any other app that may do that.
Alrighty, let me close everything. I've noticed sometimes. Is it good now or no?
It's a bit better. Let me just put you into full screen quick. Okay, just speak a long sentence for me.
Hi, this is your captain speaking. This is your captain speaking. Hi, this is Zakeer Zubair, Solutions Engineering. Did you have this problem in the previous recording or now it started?
So in the previous recording, you couldn't really see any of that because your face is so small next to your presentation. But now with the screen being big, full screen, we can actually see it very clearly.
Alrighty. Let me do something. Let me disconnect and connect back.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna close.
No problem. Okay, I'm just going to remove myself, Serena, so we can see you in full screen. If you could just give me another long sentence.
Hi, I'm Zakeer Zubair, SE Manager at F5 Networks. Would you like to know more about security requirements of modern applications? Is it good?
That looks much better to me. What do you
Okay.
think, Serena?
Yes, it is perfect now. So we can probably start with the teaser video.
Okay, awesome. So from my 3 second countdown, if you could just count 5 seconds in your head and then begin. I'm removing Serena now, and I'm removing myself in 3, 2.
Hi, I'm Zakeer Zubair, Solutions Engineering Manager at F5 Networks. Would you like to know more about security requirements of modern applications? Would you like to know about how bots have evolved over the years and what you could do to protect yourself and your applications? Please join me at the upcoming Westcon Comsters Imagine Middle East event, where together we can explore further. Looking forward to seeing you. Hi, I'm Zakeer Zubair, Solutions Engineering Manager at F5 Networks. Would you like to know more about security requirements of modern applications? Would you like to hear about how bots have evolved over the years and how F5 can help you protect your applications? Please join me in the upcoming Westcon Comsters Imagine Middle East event, where together we can explore more. Looking forward to seeing you. Hi. Okay, I
Oh,
think it's enough.
sorry there, Mohammed.
I think it's fine.
Yeah, I think the one that you did right before this last one was great.
Yeah, I felt so. Yeah.
Serena, are you in
Yes, I
agreement?
agree. I agree as well, Sabrina, on that one. So you can keep
Okay,
that one for the
awesome.
teaser video.
Okay, awesome, awesome. That will be it then, Mohammed. Sorry,
Great.
Zakeer. Sorry, was remembering my last speaker there. Well done on your presentation. It was lovely,
Thank you very
and
much.
I hope you have a
Thank you very
lovely
much,
day.
Zakeer, for your time. Thank you very
Thanks.
much again for your time, Zakeer. I'll just await the updated deck from your side, and I'll be going through the quiz questions you have sent across. I think for a few, there are just one or two options instead of four. So I'll see if I can figure out that. If not, then I will just let you know now on email, so you can probably help me with that.
Perfect.
Great. Thank you very much for your time and support, Zakeer. We hope you have a good day ahead and evening.
Cheers. Thanks, guys. Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Thanks, Sabrina. Sabrina, if you can just stay with me for a while.
No stress. Perfect.
Great. So, Sabrina, I just wanted to let you know that for some reason, we are not again able to add the details on to the Google Sheets which are shared by Laurie. So earlier I could add the presentations, but now again, when I'm trying to add more, I'm not able to do that.
Oh, that's strange. Is there any kind of message or error that
No,
comes up?
nothing pops up. It's just that I'm not able to drop them there. Same with the other links as well. That's not working from the very beginning.
Okay. Would
Uh,
you like
do,
to
can
drop
you see
me
if Laurie is available now? I can add Snable as well, and I can just share my screen and show you how it is working for us.
Okay, let me just quickly pop off and I'll give Laurie a call.
Okay, sure.
Okay, perfect. So, Suina, Lori is in a meeting right now. I
Okay.
have asked her if she could possibly pop in after our next recording start. That's
Sure,
it.
sure. That's fine as well.
Okay, cool. I will let you know what she says regarding that.
Okay.
Otherwise, next best solution, just for now, until we get it sorted, is you could email me
Okay.
the
We can
slides.
we'll send you the details via WeTransfer in that case.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
But I will update you as soon as Lori gets back to me.
Okay, perfect. Great. Thank you very much, Sabrina, for your patience with the recordings today. I hope
No,
you have a good one, which is coming up next for you. Thank you very
yep.
much. I think Snable would be there for that one.
Okay, awesome. Thank you very
Great.
much.
Thank you. Thank you, Sabrina. Bye bye.
Okay, bye.